And we're now about to look at some live pictures that are coming in from Istanbul at the scene at Taksim Square, where the Armenian Turkish writer Hrant Dink was gunned down by an unknown assailant. He was, of course, convicted in 2005 for insulting Turkey's national identity after writing about the deaths of millions of Armenians in 1915. It was those writings that angered so many Turkish nationalists. And as I said, we're looking at the scene in Taksim Square in Istanbul, where people have come out to the site where Hrant Dink was gunned down. Well, for more on Hrant Dink, let's cross over to our London news centre and over to Stephen.
Sami, thank you. He was born in Malatya, a small Armenian community in southeast Turkey. But in 1961, at the age of 7, his family moved to Istanbul. He was educated in Armenian schools and graduated from Istanbul University's science faculty. By 1996, Dink was editor-in-chief of an Armenian Turkish newspaper called Agos, which is considered the voice of the Armenian community. By 2002, Dink was facing charges for speaking out at a human rights conference where he criticized the country's national anthem for not recognizing Armenian communities. And in 2005, he was given a 6-month suspended sentence for insulting Turkey's national identity after writing about what he called the Armenian genocide of 1915. Let's cross live to Istanbul now and talk to the journalist Atal Bayramoglu, who knew Hrant Dink very well. Let's find out just how well did you know Hrant Dink?
He was a friend, of course. Recently we met in a funeral of a common friend, and I embraced him and I congratulated him for his brave manner, for his courage in the fight of freedom of speech. But besides it, he was a very bright intellectual, a soft man, open-hearted. I'm very sad, very sorry for expressing my feelings now. But I don't know if you hear the voice of the huge crowd that here now, and they are all shouting, do you know which slogan they are shouting? They are shouting that we are all Armenians, and I think that is the real feeling of Turkish nation. And I think that Hrant Dink was one of the brilliant product of our Anatolian culture, mixed culture.
Why was he killed?
Why? I didn't understand why.
Why was he murdered?
Why? Because there are some forces outside or inside or both that they want to create an atmosphere of chaos in Turkey. They want to spoil the image of Turkey in all around the world. I think that it is the main reason.
We will leave it there. Atal, thank you very much for joining us. That's it from London for the moment. I'll be back a little later with more news from Europe, but for now it's back to Sami in Doha.
Lebanon's opposition parties, including Hezbollah, are expected to call a general strike next week, stepping up efforts to try to topple the government. Well, protesters have been camped outside Prime Minister Fuad Sunura's offices in Beirut since December the 1st. They're trying to get him to step down, but with little success. Al Jazeera's Rula Amin is in Beirut. She joins us now. How widely obeyed do you expect, or can we expect, this call for a strike to be?
Well, we expect that the strike will be widely obeyed, not necessarily completely, but the Hezbollah and the opposition does enjoy the support of a large portion of the society. We have